Hey guys, BJ the Brave here, back with some more Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. I am joined by Urf again. He was in for the, you probably saw the epic mid-range sword masterclass that we just did. I learnt a ton from that video, I hope you did too. We got a slightly short video for you today, but we're going over a deck that's already featured on my channel a few times, and basically we're taking a look at Cannon Portal. Now, Urf, you were just saying to me off stream that basically we've made a couple of changes from your tournament final deck. You've dropped 2 copies of the Electric Whiplash, not the greatest of 2 drops, and we dropped 1 copy of Ralmia, so knocked that down to 2. And in place we have stuck up 3 Lovestruck Puppeteers. And one of the reasons for that is that we get these puppets, and obviously apart from helping us keep up with emergency trades in the early game, we can use that with Orcus. And you were actually saying in the mirror match, if our opponent has played Orcus and therefore he's got Lloyd down, with the 6 health, just having that 1 puppet can be massive, right? Because we can play the big mech, it does the 5 AoE damage, but obviously Lloyd is blocking with 1 health, and if we've got that 1 puppet, that can actually clear it. So quite pivotal in that matchup, correct?
Right. It's just such a good card. I think as I was playing more ladder and seeing more of the hybrid portal list, I kind of realized that, yeah, this is one of the best 2 drops they've ever printed.
Yeah.
It's just so strong.
Yeah.
So it helps with the early game clears. Like you were saying, it has that really nice trading pattern in the end game with the big mech, especially because a lot of those games do go to that end of the game.
Yeah.
And despite it, I mean, also it's really good into grind games because once you're out of Evo points, your Orcus is still live because for every puppet in hand, it's another way to clear, despite you not having any Evo points. So Lovestruck Puppeteer is quite strong. Other than that, I still love Ancient Cannon. It's just so good.
Yeah, talk to people about that, because the first thing I'm going to get in the comments is why are we not doing hybrid puppet and this, that, and the other. But you know, you've said that even if you had a tournament tomorrow, you would still bring Cannon, didn't you? So yeah, talk to people a little bit about why Cannon. Why would you play the Cannon version?
So for a little bit of history, I don't know if anyone's ever like actually looked back at the Swiss rounds. I played around, I think, 8 to 10 portal mirrors. I didn't drop a single game to a portal mirror, which I'm super stoked about. But the reason being is that Cannon is so strong into the grind game because of how flexible this deck is. You end up having both players, especially if they're really good pilots, of being very aware of the amount of health they have. So it's really hard to get the kills with the mech and the burn strategy where you're going for the betas and the Doomright Resurgence. But Cannon is so good into those grind games because you don't have to commit all of your resources into clearing a board. You can just commit the gears in your hand to clear the board. And then along with the Sylvia healing, the Ralmia healing with the alphas, you kind of always go to the end of the game. So if you have a little bit more value than your opponent's cards, you're going to eventually find a way to slowly win out the game. And because of that, Ancient Cannon, especially when you're going into a tournament, you're probably going to see a lot of portals. So it's a good bet to play it. And I don't like that more than the Doomright Resurgence, the other 5-drop card. It's very good into everything else in general, but if you're thinking you're going against the mirror, the only reason why you might run that card is for the burn damage. And it's a little more flexible than Cannon. It's more useful into more situations, but since Cannon is so strong into the mirror, I'd rather opt for that instead.
All right, well, let's jump into a few games. And where are we? Can I come out of that? Yeah. Okay. So we need to change to Portalcraft Earth. Let's just double check we got the right one. Yep, looks right. All right. So going into our first game, what have we got? Who are we playing? We have got Dragoncraft. Oh, alternate leader though. I like it.
The old Shadowverse 1
old
leader.
school. OG.
OG. So in the same fashion, we're going to be keeping a lot of spot removals or things that can be used for spot removals. Yeah, I'd send the Ralmia to the grave and actually keep the rest of this hand.
Yeah,
Bullet
bullet's
from
kind of
Beyond can
important,
be
right,
fun.
against Dragon.
Yeah, it could be Alouette, but I really enjoy the hands that have a lot of artifact generation. So we have 5 total pieces in hand.
Yeah.
Because of that, we can actually opt to make. Oh wow, that's really good. We can opt to make the ward artifact, which is quite important in the aggro matchup. So I would, yeah, you're totally right. Play artifact recharge. Don't need to get the board just yet.
No, and also you need to save the +1 player point when you hold an Alouette, right, in case you need it.
Yes, exactly. There is some merit to double coining and going into. Nice. Okay, I would Ironheart Hunter here. There's a small reasoning is you could get the puppet in hand, but you don't need it to trade right now. And getting more pieces in hand lets you rip one of the taunt artifacts, which is quite important to specifically aggro dragon. We don't know if he's aggro dragon yet, but I'm assuming he is. We'll see.
Yeah. And guys, if you're fairly new to the game, you see the red 1-drop gear and the blue gear. If you fuse with the red as the primary, you'll create a flanker that's 5/1. If you do it with the blue, you'll create a 1/5 ward, so a defender, if you like. So red attack, blue defend. Okay, and turn.
Very rarely do you play them, but in certain matchups, I would say this is one of them if he's aggro. Doesn't look like he is. Wow, he's. Man, I think this is actually late game dragon. This
Looking
is not,
like it, yeah.
Yeah.
So we drop Miriam.
Yep, Miriam.
Go face.
Go face.
And we are going to have to merge something.
I default making the taunt one. Mostly because I think this is aggro dragon. If it's aggro dragon, I'd make the taunt one. Most of the time, this doesn't matter, but very rarely does it. So it's really hard to know when it does matter.
Yeah.
So I just default to blue.
Something we said off stream, but it's worth sharing with everybody, is that, like here, obviously we can see we've got 8 cards in hand, right? We've got nothing here that's last, like the 1-drop which puts something in hand. So we know we can't overdraw, so we end turn here, right? We don't just fuse for the sake of it, and the reason for that is it keeps options open. Now there is a downside to that, which is the rope, right? Like we have to go quite quick when we go. But in terms of like skill ceiling, like obviously this is the correct thing to do for sure. Okay.
Oh wow, I genuinely don't like making beta, but we have so much early gear generation that it shouldn't matter. I think we're gonna make the beta and coin out the Alouettes because this guy's turns are relatively slow, and it looks like he's late game dragon, which is not what we've been seeing all day in ladder.
So yes, beta, we combine a 3-drop and 2 pieces. Alpha, it's a 3-drop and 1 piece, and alpha does damage to face. Beta, alpha heals, beta does damage to face, and omega's AoE 3. And we're going to go for beta, so we do damage to face. In other words, we're going to put pressure on. So we need 2 pieces, and then we're going to get Alouette, yeah?
Yep, Alouette, Evo, and crash into
So we're going to play Alouette out. We're going to Evo Alouette, and then that can put a copy of one of our 5 or less. And this can trade. And we've got 8 cards, so we don't need to craft something, right? We're not going to mill, so we can then turn.
Yeah, and usually with this build in particular, it's actually most of the time it's actually kind of bad to make a beta. I've always felt horrible about making beta if I'm in a lot of certain spots.
Do you make the AoE one usually first?
Yeah, I usually make the AoE one first. However, our opening hand with so many gears that I don't think it matters because we have enough pieces to still make. Wow, that is ambitious.
Oh.
Wow, that is ambitious. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Let's see here. I think here's a little small one. I think you're gonna make the Rush artifact because you can clear his entire board with it. So make the Rush artifact and then drop Alouette one more time. And drop the 5/1 over. There's a little small merit to making beta here, but our spot is so good that we'd rather just clear this board, get the damage in, and wow, does he?
Yeah,
he doesn't die. Yeah, he doesn't die if we made beta. So if he did, we would have made another beta, right? But relatively slow start for him.
Wow.
Hopefully your Shadowverse client doesn't explode.
I know. Oh, runecraft.
Oh, uh-oh. This is one I really, really don't like. It's beatable for sure, but man, I dislike this class. I feel like they have 10 copies of Anna Gray and Kuan in their deck every time.
Yeah, this is a bad match for us, isn't it? Cannon's useless.
It's Cannon's useless. See ya Orcus, see ya Rakina. Try to get the 1-2-3 curve and kill them. There's a couple of small things that you can do. Double Ramnias does not feel very great. Elise. And then hopefully we can curve out.
Which one are we going? Are we going for beta in this matchup? Or AoE?
Depends. Sometimes you need the AoE to kill. Like, it really depends on how hard they hide it roll. This will be an interesting one because we get this. Oh, Bellringer.
That's quite nice for Kitty. Yeah, that's quite nice for Kitty.
Trades for free. Very nice. It's quite slow from Portal or from Rune. Anytime they're not casting a spell or spell boosting, feels a lot better. That's scary.
You had to say it.
Yeah, I had to say it. Break down our turn, but we get some damage in, so nice little trades to the face, and then we'll deal with Anna Gray when we get there. The bad part about our Alouettes here is we didn't get too much gear generation, so in a world where this 1/1 lives, oh, it's fine. If the 1/1 lives, then we don't have enough to make a Gamma or Upsilon there. Oh, he didn't evolve. That's a mistake for sure. Well, wow. Hold on. Weird. Can't make.
Do we go Stream and Ironheart?
I think Alouette's the better tempo play. How do we make it hard for Anna Gray to do anything? Make
Beta.
Make beta. They ping it. Could make taunt. It's not traded at all. Alouette's at 4.
Kind of getting low on time.
I think you Alouette here. Make the taunt artifact. And then evo the Alouette to play the taunt. And crash your Alouette into his 2/2 and run your 1/1 into his face. This makes trading with Anna Gray really hard. The 3 damage ping doesn't do anything. It doesn't kill him. It kills the 1/1. The golem has to crash into the 1/5, and the Anne has to crash into the 4/4. Or if it's the other way around, then in order for him to save health, Story Blast sucks. Oh, why is that 1 mana? It used to be 2. Take us back. Oh, he's saving his Evo points. We have a clear with artifact cannon.
Nah, we don't actually have anything there.
No, we don't have enough gears to do that.
Do we just bullet the 4/4, or do we need to really save that for the 10 drops that are going to cost 0 and all that stuff? I don't know.
No, you could bullet here. I think make sure you fuse a gear to make the alpha. It feels bad burning gears while artifact cannon's in our hand, but it's probably fine. And then bullet the Anna Gray, Ironheart Hunter, and make a taunt or a rush. Doesn't really matter. And then Ironheart pass. He's not burning his evos, which is concerning. Makes that trade a little easier. Not a little easier. Oh fuck! We actually burned another card. We have a Elise on the board. Whoops, that's not very good of me. That's not very good of me.
See if he spots.
All good. Yeah. Well, he's probably gonna clear this board anyways, right?
No.
Yeah, it's okay. We have good cards in hand. It's all good. 1, 2.
William. Bye bye, Kitty.
And then you can artifact cannon and clear this now, which just feels nice.
Cannon.
Yep, cannon. And make a gamma here. So the other.
Oh, the AoE.
Use the AoE. Get more fuses off of the AoE, and then Stream of Light kills it. Make the AoE. And actually, we set up a perfect Romania turn because we have enough gears to get three pieces out. Cool. And pass. Your next turn is going to be Romania plus the gears, and we'll see if we need to evo it. You could be more aggressive here and make beta here, but I'm always trying to play around the messed up Kuan turn where they play a ton of Flame Destroyers behind the Kuan. It's looking like he missed it, so it doesn't matter. He's healing anyways, so the pressure from that doesn't feel as good. So now make the taunt. Actually, yeah, make the taunt one, and then Romania.
Oh, the taunt.
Yeah. Sorry for using different terminologies from different games.
It's fine. It's fine. So we're gonna play this guy. Let's play all these.
Yep. You're probably gonna pass. I mean, we're looking good. He's not pressuring us, so he has to answer this board, and we have a pretty decent response. A lot of things next turn. It's another William. It's totally fine. Okay, you're gonna artifact recharge here, and then you're gonna make beta now. We're setting up for the big lethal. Romeo once again. He burned 2 Williams, correct? Did he burn a William on a different turn? Or is this his first one? I can't remember.
We need to super evo, right? Well,
yeah, super evo.
Or just
Romeo,
evo,
yeah.
but I guess it's
super. Hopefully he doesn't have another William, but this gets pretty substantial damage because now he dies to Super Evolved Mech. So he must heal, and must clear this board, which I don't think he can do both unless he has a crazy hand, or he's just gonna Prince of Darkness and declimb here, which would be really annoying. Hoping he doesn't do that. The problem with
he's played 2 Williams. Is it 2 or 3 Williams we've seen? He's at least 2. It's definitely 2.
Can you look at the log? I'm happy in this game because I don't have to remember this because they just keep track for you.
Yeah.
Double William, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this way we set up the lethal, so it has to heal. It has to clear this board. It's pretty. Oh.
He hasn't got it right.
Just gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gave up because he knows the big mech is coming. doing it with the Omega.
Style points. Boom.
There you go.
Nice.
Not too much to learn there outside of. Like, oh wow, nice.
Not a bad reward. Yeah.
Take that enough.
Well, I really appreciate that. I know I'm conscious I've kept you long enough, but again, I think you definitely helped there because, like I say, one of the biggest things I was getting confused with this deck was just the crafting order. I also love how you're a bit more. You see the value in considering when to play 3-drops as 3-drops. Obviously, against Forest, you were. Oh, let's talk about that Forest matchup quickly, right? So against Forest, you kind of brought this. Everybody's talking about it now, but you were the first one to really make the taunt. What? Just remind me, what are you against Forest? What are you trying to do? Like, are you just literally putting all your gears into taunts? Did you just? Because I'm sure there was one game where you just made about 7 of them.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is Forest has a limited amount of lilies. And the thing about the taunts that make them really frustrating and annoying is the way Forest trades into your bigger things in the early game is by making the fairies. So if you're forcing them to use lilies, if you're forcing them to use fairies, it means 2 things are going to happen. On the turn where they're trying to kill you, they're not going to have a lily to make the taunt go away. And the second thing is, if you rip fairies out of their hand every single turn, it gets harder for them to get substantial damage, and the reason why they have to burn turns in order to deal with the taunt is because if you leave it on the board, eventually you have to deal with it on the Roach turn, and that means you're burning Evos, you're burning Lilies, and you're burning Fairies, so it rips combo pieces out of their hand. Obviously, if they have Godwood Staff, they're going to be replenishing it by a little bit, but because you have to play 3 cards for Goblet Staff in order to draw 1, you're still ripping 1 card out of their hand very, very slowly. And in combination with the rest of the deck, with the Orcus, with the Romnia, with the Sylvia, with the Alouette, and with Cannon, eventually you can get to a board state where they're out of everything. Like they're out of resources, or if they have resources, they're facing down multiple taunts, because you can focus basically all your artifact generation on taunts and just out attrition them. These OTK decks, you can almost always see, not every time, sometimes there's some exceptions, but you have a general idea of how much damage they're doing, and especially staying above like 14 to 16 HP, it's really important. So the reason why you rip those is it protects your HP, it rips cards out of their hands, and you can win eventually without making the mech, which I think people kind of tunnel too much on making beta and going for the mech line for the damage, because you still have a lot of damage and just things sticking, because like as you saw in the Haven game, despite us not drawing stuff, we were still able to make every single turn playable because we were able to make artifacts. Despite that not working out, I still think it's quite strong, and especially that list we ran in that tournament, since I was running basically pure artifact generation, you can afford to burn some of them, especially if you're willing to evolve the Miriam and just playing more of those artifact cards. But yeah, very flexible. Not necessarily right, just for the circumstances, I think making them on those turns I was pretty happy with.
No, that makes a lot of sense, man. A lot of sense. And well, my mind is definitely on fire right now. I'm looking forward to you know, both this and the Swordcraft deck. I'm going to be going and putting a ton more effort into, and seeing if I can put some of these lessons into play. So thanks very much, Urf. Really appreciate it, man. Brilliant stuff.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the tournament scene and hope to play some of you guys. It's a great game, I think. I'm very, very surprised.
It's really great, isn't it? And are you in a guild, and have you played in like the lobby tournament, the weekend lobby tournament and stuff?
Oh yeah, I played this list for the lobby tournament. I went 4-0, so that was pretty
nice.
happy. But I'm looking forward to some of the more sanctioned events where they're sponsoring, because
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I think I've lost you.
Shadowverse one, there was a lot.
Sorry, Urf, I think I lost you. I think you just cut out a little bit at the end. You said I'm looking forward to some of the bigger sponsored events.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the bigger sponsored events. In Shadowverse 1, they released a lot of sanctioned events, and I'm really looking forward to compete, hoping the effort and time it takes that I'm learning and putting into the game pays off. But starting off pretty well. Pretty happy about that first tournament, so hoping to continue that into the future.
Well, I mean, I am looking into potentially setting up a tournament myself if I can get sponsorship to fund a bit of prize money. But that's an early development, so I'll let you know how it goes. But either way, I will definitely be rooting for you, and yeah, hoping to play a few myself as well. So definitely best of luck with that, and let's get back together in the future, have you on again, and yeah, once we've played in some of those events, we could do some reviews and look at some decks and do some further deck guides. Love to do that.
Sure, hell yeah. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me once again. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem at all. So there you go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed that. Pop your comments down below, pop your questions down below, and hit that thumbs up as always. Thanks for all the support. Massively appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, Urf.